to the Wager Makers Podcast with Webb and Smitt.
Brick by brick, baby. I'm freaking out, Webb.
I was told there'd be no man. Stupidity's going to be an asset. What a bunch of crybabies.
Hello, my name is Steve Smith, and this is Rob Weber. Say hey, Webb.
Hello. What's up, Smitt?
What up, Webb? I'm Smitt. That's Webb, and we are the Wager Makers. Thank you all for joining us. Big podcast tonight, man. We are. I can't believe we got like preseason football is almost just like a week away. So much to talk about. Season end of season, trade season for MLB. Shit's going on the ticker right now. Guys are
Trade
getting picked
deadline,
up. The Yankees
right.
just picked up somebody. We'll talk a little bit about that. Lots to talk about tonight. It's gonna be a difficult show, Webb. I got some tough news. I got some tough analysis out there. Sometimes this is a tough job, but somebody's got to do it.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell it like it is. I'm gonna tell it like it is.
Right.
But Webb, this is Wager Maker podcast number 96.
Time flies, dude. Time flies. I say it every week. Number 96. It did take us a minute there. I had some couple of Cowboys, journeymen in mind, but once we spoke, Torquez Kennedy obviously was the man, Hall of Famer, defensive tackle for the Seattle Seahawks, and he might have been one of the original dudes from the U back in the day. He might have started that like Jerome Brown type run on their defensive interior and even edge rushers. But I liked him the entire time. I saw him, I think, recently maybe at one of the Hall of Fame things. But good for him. That's a good one. That's a good player, and it's one of the players that I kind of forgot about. Now I think about him fondly now.
Right. Cool. 96 Cortez Kennedy. Obviously, I think won the Defensive Player of the Year in 1992 when I was looking up.
I don't doubt.
So, dude, just played Seattle Seahawks, great career. Miami, the U, all that shit. 96 was kind of a tough number. I think there was a couple probably hockey players, but 96 isn't one you think of off the top of your head that is something. But I figured probably defensive tackle and stuff. So.
And the craziest thing about everything you just said, it was 1992. We talked about this the other day. I don't know if we were on air or not, but he said someone was talking about something from the 80s. It was 40 fucking years ago. So that's the scary thing. So 1992, wow, man. Yeah, that was a long time ago at this point. So.
Well. We're not getting any younger.
Hey, listen,
our age shows, our old crusty age shows on this show every week. We're starting to sound like Grandpa talk about how young kids these days
about
suck.
Something here in a minute, no doubt. Yeah, it's like we said, Father Time is undefeated. Jerry Jones, I thought we spoke about it the other day. I thought I said he was 76. He's 79, and he's looking every bit of 7. I did after we talked. He got like emotional, obviously, for the cameras were rolling. So I dug a little deeper, and he's old. 79 is old. I'm not trying to say any of our octogenarian listeners. No, dude, good for you. Hell of a run, but 79 years is old.
All right. Hey, he's still going straight, dude. Anybody that can sit at the draft in your yacht in a big white couch,
making it rain,
and have women hold the phone for you during COVID. 79 or not 79, he's still living. Jimmy,
right. No matter
he's
what
still living
do.
large. Still living large. Jerry Jones.
No matter how old you are, you'd be 179.
Right. It was a good life. It's a wonderful life for Jerry Jones. But I guess he's come. Like I say, he's coming clean. We'll see when the first episode of Hard Knocks comes out. If Jerry Jones is sitting on his couch crying about Jimmy Johnson, then we'll know it was for he's playing.
I'm
playing a role.
Gotta be. That's
don't believe everything you see on reality TV, folks. Right. So, hey, Webb, I just wanted to say shout out to Lou Lanzalata. Reached out to us last week after last week's show. George Burge turned him on to the show. He said he'll be listening. So, hey coach, former baseball coach, football coach of ours, and even teacher. I remember teaching economics over there and teaches about like Wall Street and stuff like that.
I think he left our sophomore year. We were going to play varsity baseball. Senior, and then Block came in that year. I got a little bit of gripe with the Lanzalato. I should have been playing varsity that sophomore year in my book. I was as good as anybody out there. I've been playing with Buggy and Schutzer my whole life. So I
guess I should have let Lanzalato know. Weber holds grudges against every coach we've ever had in our life. Don't worry. Don't hold it personal. Don't hold it personal.
Hey, listen, if you make the right decisions, there'd be no grudges. That's all.
I think I was the dumbass that didn't play my junior year and then came back the senior year. But after
I'm talking sophomore year. I played junior. Oh, maybe I did.
Whatever, man. You were better than anybody sophomore year. If you played, we both should have fucking been in there.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
We'll
just fucked up my game against Lakewood. That's a no hitter.
Give me a break. All right. Anyway,
I got like 999. I think I made one out all season. Fast cunt.
You still talking about some this glory? Should I play some Bruce Springsteen "Glory Days" in the background while we going at this? No, anyway, thanks for listening, Coach. And don't listen to Webb. He doesn't. He's every coach he feels this way about.
Yeah. You missed opportunity back in 1989, I guess maybe it was.
So. No, it was sooner than that. It was like 86, 87.
Oh, we graduated in 88, right? So 85, 1985, something like that. Wow.
All right. So he says he's still coaching baseball. I'm not sure where. But anyway, what's up? And it's just one of the cool things of doing this is all of a sudden somebody reaches out to you, says they listen to the show, and then that's that. So I don't know. Probably after this show, it probably won't listen anymore. So we'll see how it goes.
Hey, like you said, speak the truth. Sometimes it's hard to hear.
So anyway. Okay, let's we're going to talk about a couple good things first, and then we'll get into, I called out Canada a couple weeks ago. I called out England.
Canada listens to the show, and so
last
England,
week
we don't know.
I called
yet.
out England last week, and then I got to thinking this week, who do I think I am? Who do I think I am? But we're going to get into that.
All right,
let's start out. Okay, listen. The fantasy football league is set up by Scott Wheatley. He's sponsoring it. It's $300. We're gonna get these prize monies up too. I'm hoping for at least 500 apiece. 500 for the fantasy football league, 500 for the college pick'em, and 500 for the NFL Survivor. But and we'll have the links for all those set up on our Facebook page and everything next week.
So far we have 400, right? We got 300 and 100. Oh no, and 250 from
and 250 from Wilbur Investigation. Right. So we got MN3 Technologies and Nick Perrone, George Burge and Wilbur Investigations, and then Scott Wheatley. So we're getting there.
We're more than a third of the way home.
Right. We're definitely going to have 500 apiece by the time it's all over with. Right. Put it that way, one way or another.
A couple winners
will come out of our pocket. Yeah, I just need a good week. I just need a good week, and we're good.
Right, a couple good week, it'll be 1,000. And we got 450.
But we are going to be holding you guys to the deal where you got to share. You got to share this shit. You got to get us. The whole point of doing this is get some listeners, get more listeners, get it going. So
we need.
Anyway, we're going to have the fantasy football league.
In the world of name, image, and likeness, it's time for us to get paid.
Yes.
Well,
I don't know that pretty background with our name, image, and likeness on you right behind you there. We need to start making some money off
it's grassroots.
Make some money off this shit.
That's right. This is legitimate. This is the real deal.
Right. So so we got the fantasy football league. If you want to get in it, reach out to us. Message me on Facebook. Message me on Twitter. Email thewagermakers@gmail.com. Whatever you want to do. It's only 12 spots. We got 4 filled, and we haven't even started yet. It's me, Scott, Nick Perrone, and Deuce Bohannon is the 4 in there. It's going to be a 12-team league, points per reception, all that kind of shit. I don't know. We'll get into the rules later. I don't know. However Scott set it up, that's how it's going to be. We'll go from there. And then for next week, we'll have our college football pick'em set up, and we will have our survivor pool set up. And then I'm trying to get a link with like DraftKings. That'll be like a wager makers link for DraftKings. So maybe it'll help us out. If you guys set up an account with DraftKings going into the season, we might be able to help us out. Be a way to get us a few dollars. So so we got that. That's great.
That's the good news.
That's the good news. We got those things getting set up. Webb, I called out Canada.
Yep.
I called out England.
They listened. England still haven't. They may not listen to the show. England may not go over the pond.
And then the next day, the United States basketball team loses to France in the Olympics.
Yep.
And then now there's all kinds of turmoil, Webb. I guess they have a problem with Popovich.
Of course. It can't be their fault that they lost.
Can you explain? So immediately I reached out to you after that, and I said, listen, man, I'm going to have another country coming up that I'm going to have a problem with, and people aren't going to like it.
Right. No, listen, it's honest.
But then the thing just continue. It almost like it happens on its own.
It became its own life, right? It became a life of its own.
It just becomes its own story on its own. It was just sitting there for me. And then U.S. women, and that might have been before that. That might have been a warm-up game, whatever. Lose to Sweden.
I think that might have been before they lost. But after the basketball lost the first game or whatever, then I think the USA women lost, and then because that was still an exhibition, I think, or something.
Yeah, I think it was. But I watched the USA women's this morning. They tied Australia, I believe. Which I mean, and it said at the bottom, look, I don't understand all this, how the Olympics brackets work and all this other shit, and the soccer. That now they move to the quarterfinal round. Hence the tie. I don't know if they won a game in between. They must have won a game in between that I missed. Whatever. And then Simone Biles. Look, I am a fat, non-jumping, non-running, if I ever had anything going for me in sports, I had pretty good hand-eye coordination. I'll say that. I could catch, I could throw, but I was not a mover and a shaker in the sports world. Obviously, she is the most amazing athlete I've seen in my life as far as the gymnastics shit, the things she can do, and are unmatched. Apparently, unmatched by anybody in the thing. So, but then she comes out and basically it's getting ready for the team competition yesterday and says, listen, I'm just not mentally ready for this competition. I don't understand, Webb. Maybe you can explain to me about what's going on. I don't understand what the fuck is going on with this country. Well, I'm not here to jump on. She's 24 years old. She's not, first of all, she's not 16. There's a lot of gymnasts that get pushed to the limit at a young age or whatever. And she's dealt with, I think she was one that has also dealt with some of the Wagemakers press coming, the sexual assault things with her, all that kind of stuff. But isn't the Olympics,
USA gymnastics,
isn't the Olympics the thing that you train, if you're a gymnast, that you train your whole life for? Is that?
Yeah, I mean, she's the face of the USA Olympics for this year, certainly. I mean, she's dominated. I mean, I'm going to give you this. To me, is a vastly different situation than USA basketball. These dudes just don't give a shit. And then once they kind of put some pressure on her, and they say, "Well, Popovich can't coach." Well, he's only won 4. I don't know how many, 4 or 6 NBA championships. Simone Biles, listen, for me, it's a little different. I'm an advocate or whatever. I believe in this mental health. It's a real deal type thing. She's obviously in a position most of us can. Simone Biles doesn't step on a mat again. She's set for the rest of her life. Most of us, you can't call in sick, depressed. You're going to get fired. Maybe these days you might be able to go to HR and say I have severe anxiety. Maybe pull off some type of disability type thing, but not maybe 2 years ago, you probably wouldn't have done that. Anyways, now if you're going to be telling me that I'm upset or I can't do it, she's going to be running around jumping on that pole and shit. She could get hurt, I guess, is my bottom line. Right. And then maybe she in pulling out of the team competition, if you're not going to give it an A, it's almost like get Garrett Cole or DeGrom going out there and saying, listen, I'll gut it out if you want me to, but we probably are better off with someone else going out there type thing. Now, especially what she does, she's jumping, triple Lindy's off of, I think someone said the bar that they go on is 4 inches wide. I think, there's a real concern that she could get hurt. So I kind of get. Something else I heard that she's adopted and she has one brother who went up with her through the foster system or something like that, like her legitimate brother, her biological brother, and he's on trial for something crazy. So she's been at this trial every day until she went to Tokyo. So I don't know what kind of toll that takes on her or whatever, but I'm just going to defend her a little bit. I guess, you don't want to go jumping on a bar or something if you're not 100% in it. And maybe she probably shouldn't have went to Tokyo. Maybe it was the answer, something like that. I don't know, but for me, the depression, anxiety, the mental health thing is real, but this is a different scenario than some of the other things that are going on.
Okay, fair enough. That's why I said I'm not jumping on this girl with whatever issue, because obviously you can, if you're not 100%, she's running, I think 15 miles an hour, whatever it is, at this horse thing,
right? And then
and the jump and flip. I mean, you can seriously hurt yourself. All right. So if you're not 100%, but okay, whatever happened to? And I'm talking about the NBA players,
right? Well, that's for me,
the soccer play. Look, it's one thing to kneel for the anthem when you're at home. It's kind of like if you and your brother got in a fight at home.
Right. I could call my brother an asshole, but you can't. You know,
exactly.
Right.
Now you go out, you got the USA uniform on,
stand up, USA,
everything on,
no doubt,
and then you
100%.
go out and do this stuff, and then you go out and you get your ass beat.
Right. Yeah.
Where's the heart? Like Damian Lillard says this about the players from the other countries, about France the other day. He said they are completely different when they play for their countries. Fucking duh, man.
Oh, right. That's how it should be. It's an honor to put that on. Are you kidding?
I mean, I remember when we were kids. Webb, I remember the Miracle on Ice.
Absolutely.
1980. I never played hockey before. All of a sudden, everybody was out in the street playing fucking hockey.
Absolutely. I mean, that was a badge of when we were kids. The pros couldn't even play. We had to send all college kids to play hoops.
That's why it was the Miracle. Other teams
that was, yeah.
But it was the heart. I mean, it was playing
USA
for the
beat
country.
Russia. That was right. That was literally a miracle. Correct.
By all things I've looked, I've researched, the ratings have plummeted in this. And now look, some of it has to do with COVID. They had the ceremony with like nobody there. Nobody's in Tokyo.
Right,
There's no fans.
Right.
It's just a shit situation going on. But the Americans, and look, I know we won some medals in swimming. Obviously, we've had some medals.
Some success. Right. Okay.
The women's we talked about the women's softball team made it to the championship, got crushed.
Yeah, again, I don't. Now that's something I follow that pretty closely. I watch it, Devin and I. If we put some college kids out there, I was talking about this last night with the girls. We would smoke them. I mean, there's a girl. She walked 4 batters or something. Did we talk about something? I think she walked 6 batters. That's unheard of for one of these girls pitching for the top teams. There's no. Maybe they walk one girl. These girls pitched no hitters. 20. With 7 times 3, 21 outs. Strikeouts. 7 walks is ridiculous. Unheard. It's silly.
I just don't understand, Webb. I'm tired. This country, like the Olympics are the Olympics and it's sports, right? But it's just fucking indicative of everything that we see in this country every day of our life.
Right.
Entitlement. Entitlement out the way. Listen, if you were born in this country, you already hit the motherfucking lottery.
Right.
You hit the lottery.
Ask the dudes you're playing against. That's why they want to beat you. It's like playing, you say it all the time. I'm a Carolina fan. When you play the Yankees, you play whoever. You're going to get everyone's A game. That's what it is. We're the pinnacle. But they take it for granted. They don't even want it. Oh, shit, I got to go play for my country. It sucks. You should be embarrassed.
And then Osaka. Naomi Osaka, so she's been living in the United States. She's got dual citizenship.
Yeah, she's playing for Japan, right?
She was out there gung ho. America's, racist, this, that, everything. And look, America's got issues. It's the same thing. Like I'm saying, you can say it to your brother.
Oh, yeah, well, she was big time. Yeah, right, correct.
But then she plays as in Japan. Does she say that shit in Japan?
No, right.
I bet she damn well doesn't.
No, yeah, Japan's great. Right. Japan going to pay you $50 million? You make $50 million in Japan? Hell no.
You can't go say that in Japan.
Right.
That's the point.
Try saying that in China.
So, and then let me tell you this story, Reb. So I'm looking at this stuff. The story kind of builds itself. There's 2 Korean golfers.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That are pro golfers. They're in the PGA Tour.
Right.
Sunjae Im and Siwoo Kim. All right. There's a rule in South Korea that everyone, and I mean everyone, spends, I think it's 2 years in military service for the country.
Yeah.
Now some get it delayed a little bit, or some, there are some extenuating circumstances. I think a soccer team might have won an Asian national gold medal or something like that, and they pardon the team. And there's been golfers. There's been golfers who have won majors before, and they've gotten pardons from this thing. And because they're conducting themselves throughout the country, they're an ambassador for South Korea,
right,
around the world.
That's their form of service.
Okay. These two dudes are PGA Tour card members, holding members, but they haven't really won a major. They've won tournaments, but they haven't won the Masters. They haven't won the U.S. Open, something like that. So these dudes' time is almost up. Like their time that they need to serve is almost up.
Like they gave you go play some golf. You win a major, we'll exempt you. But
they literally have to win gold in this to not
going to
serve in the military for South Korea.
Right.
And this is not a fucking bullshit. This is a real story.
Yeah. No,
they're like, yeah, it's just the way it is, and it's understood by everyone, because if you let a little bit of slack for everybody, then everybody wants slack.
Of course, and right. Yep.
So they're like, yeah, no, this is the real deal. It's like kind of like when the BYU dudes, and you hear about them like, oh, they're coming out of college to go do this and whatever. Like, no, they got to go do
they got to go to
their mission or whatever Mormons have to do.
Yeah. I mean, years.
These dudes are playing for gold to not go into the fucking South Korean military.
What would happen? What would happen if you came to the NBA dudes and were like, yo, man, if you don't win gold, you got to go into the Army?
Exactly. And they would do what you just did.
They would.
Like,
it would be literally
ridiculous.
Their head would explode. They wouldn't even understand like what you were saying. What? Huh?
It's ridiculous.
They wouldn't even understand what you're saying. Their heads would explode. It's like 2 + 2 would be 5 or something. Or
I know Luka Doncic's game is a little more European-ish, but he's a star in the NBA.
Oh, no doubt.
And he scored like 40-some points the other night in the first game. But you know, he's not having trouble adapting to the rules. And I mean, if you got the best 5 guys on the floor, the only thing that's missing is effort.
And that's the thing. Well, these guys can't get tight. You're going to hit me when I drive to the basket, and you're not going to call the foul. I can't flop. I can't. They can't blow on me, and I'm going to fall over and call the foul. That's what it is. You're going to make me earn something here? What do you mean? We're not just playing in the gold medal game?
Oh, it's Popovich. It must be Popovich. He's
not
setting him up right.
Right.
Yeah. Go score.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know how to
play ball before. Like you never fucking just showed up and played some ball.
Right. You ever
play pickup ball? Playing like a team, but you guys got better guys on every fucking spot on the floor.
You literally have the most.
Might not be as valid today as other years, but it's pretty legit.
Man,
if you got 12 guys on the bench, 10 of them are better than the guys that match up with them on the other side.
You have star NBA dudes that are going to, by the time that make $200 million deals. The best dudes on the other team are NBA guys that are 6', 7 men, aside from Luka, obviously. Like the dude on France was Fournier or whatever his name is. Like he was a role player. He's like a fringe starter, 5th or 6th guy on the Suns or whatever team. Like that's their best. Like it's the best dude in the country. And he can't hold.
Well, they just play different when it's for the country, Webb.
Right.
I don't understand. That used to be a thing. That's why the ratings for the Olympics used to be awesome. People used to watch. If there was one thing, the country could be fucked up all the time. If there was one thing we could get behind, it was the fucking Olympics.
Right.
Hey, that girl's got the red, white, and blue fucking uni on.
Yeah, I don't care who she is. Right.
That's it.
Right. I don't care who it is. What would you think Michael Jordan would do? Like, they would be him and Bart. Like, they would be killing people if they were going to get beat by some team from France.
Michael Jordan might have lost that game to Nigeria, okay? But he damn sure wasn't going to lose the game after that they lost. They lost.
That's right. No way.
I just don't understand. Where is the fucking and with Simone Biles, everybody's coming to her defense. And look, again, I'm not trying to jump up on the mental thing, but what happened to what happened to okay, I'm not quite at my best. I'm not quite at my peak. I'm not quite the best, but sports and competition, that's what sports and competition is. It's overcoming that shit.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, if every time the times are tough, we say, listen, it's cool if we just step back. Look, I know I've trained my whole fucking life for the Olympics.
Right.
But it's better for me and us right now if I just probably
literally, right. I mean, there's one shot. You get one. Most. I mean, I think I heard something that, and even with the pay, like, there's X amount of percentage of the U.S. athletes that weren't vaccinated. So now you're putting every other athlete that's vaccinated. It's going to be 75%. I think the stat was 75% get one shot at the Olympics, which makes sense. That seems to me maybe be a little bit of a lower number, but a low number. But so you're putting all these people who train literally there. Like if I'm a rower or I'm a swimmer or something like that, it is literally my life's work to get to the Olympics. I can't understand it.
Well, it's just indicative of everything going on in this fucking country right now. You're either this or this.
Right.
Why is there no more? Why do not people speak out? Because I'm here.
Right.
I truly believe the more people that I know in life are here, but you only hear about this and this.
Yeah, it's everything's divisive.
It's so fucked up, man.
It's funny. I was out with Lynch and Reed and Mold, the boys, a couple weeks ago. And Lynch was like, it was, you and Smitty are great, blah blah. He was giving us some compliments, and he goes, "You guys just want to go out there and talk about gambling and sports and shit. Now you got to deal with all these social issues like social injustice." I'd love people to come to. I waited a parlay last night for $390, but it's you can't. There's people. You just can't. It's it's unbelievable. That's what the world is. It's unbelievable.
Is there any pride in this shit anymore? I remember after 9/11, dude, that was in our lifetime. People felt like fucking, I remember the dude saying fucking, "Hey man, we hear you. The whole country hears you. And whoever did this is going to hear from us later on." That's fucking, I mean, everybody was together. You saw American flags everywhere.
Dudes were running out of the tunnel. The dude was running out of the first Jets and the Cowboys. The dude running out of the tunnel with the first thing out. Everyone's dressed in camo. Everyone, NYPD hats on, and fire department hats on. Every team, everyone.
What happened to never forget? What happened to never forget?
Right,
now,
right.
this is everything you hear about in this shit is just a society of fucking sissies who get everything. These are like privilege problems of privilege.
Right.
The problems that we talk about in America.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When you got no real fucking problems that you fucking fight over this shit.
Obscene privilege. Obscene.
When the problems aren't real, you got to come up with shit. People in other countries aren't fighting over this fucking bullshit.
No, hell no.
And in fact, you think Russia is thinking, "Oh, you know what? Simone Biles, it's best that you took care of your mental health."
Motherfuckers eating government cheese, government bread.
I mean, what happened to overcoming adversity and competition is what it's all about. Hey, man, I might not have all the cards on my side, but we're gonna make this thing fucking happen.
I mean, Villanova beat Georgetown, and even look, Tom Brady. They said he played the whole season with a torn MCL. He didn't even hear a peep. He wasn't even on an injured list.
What happened to the thrill of victory, Webb, and the agony of defeat? That's what happens. You win or lose.
ABC Wild World of Sports, man. That dude coming off that ski jump crushed himself.
Nobody's watching these fucking Olympics because everybody's
no one
fucking
cares.
sucks. Because nobody cares because they know they don't care about the country. So fuck it.
Right.
Well, I'm not on your team. You're not on my team.
Right.
You might be wearing red, white, and blue, but obviously you don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And not that everybody's in it for their own things. We're in it for our own things. Everybody's in it for their own things. But it used to be something. It used to mean something.
I agree.
And even just if you're supposed to be the greatest athlete in the world, it should mean something when you step on a court to win, no matter what uniform you have on.
And then don't come out and say just be like, listen, I'm embarrassed. I'm gonna come out. I'm in the gym. I'm leaving right here to the gym right now. I guarantee you, those two South Korean dudes, they're hitting fucking golf balls. They on social media, dude.
They're not blaming Pop. They ain't blaming Popovich.
They ain't blaming their coach.
It's not the San Antonio offense fucking them up.
They ain't checking Twitter right now. How many likes they got? How many follows?
I often wonder, Webb, we got the World War II Museum here in New Orleans. Great place. It's underrated. Anybody ever gets to go to New Orleans, it's one of the greatest war museums there is. I often wonder what the greatest generation would think about this United States here, Webb. And it's just, those dudes fucking ran onto the beach at Normandy knowing they were blown away.
Right. That shit was crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
What would happen to Japan? Japan bombed Pearl Harbor today, or Hitler was running around doing shit. Everything. So
Germans bombed Pearl Harbor. He's on a roll. He's on a roll.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, our douchebag of the week this week, myself included, the great old US of A.
Americans.
Americans. We got to do better than this, people. We got to do better.
I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to give a douchebag of the week B to maybe a couple different things. And I'm not this. The last thing I am is political. Anybody here who knows me. Number one, I'm going to give it to Cole Beasley. Something came out here today. This little fucker, he said he doesn't have enough information about the vaccine to know. Like, you're a professional athlete, dude. You can't. You're telling me that they don't have. You can't go to the team doctor. You can't go to your agent and be like, listen, I know it's a lot of pressure on us to get this vaccine. I really feel like I don't have enough. Can you get someone to talk to me? Go to the GM of the team. Like, dude, listen. I know I'm one of the only dudes. I'm all over social media. Everybody knows me. Me. That I'm social media. So clearly, you know, I'm not anti-vaxxer. Can you get me some more information on this? He literally comes out. That's his thing today. I don't think I have enough information. I can't. And then the
Does he
second
have enough
thing is,
information on COVID? If you
Right.
catch that shit,
right? No, it's a flu. It's a flu. And then the other thing is, again, I don't want to be political. And the other thing is, how about the dudes on the Redskins? Your head coach only just survived cancer last year.
he's begging them to get the vaccine.
I think it's
so that we can practice
here.
Right.
That he was literally doing going, and how about this? Like going and getting chemo and shit, and then coming to practice. And then, you know what? I ain't putting that shit in my arm, man. They're tracking me. Big Pharma.
Yeah.
They need your DNA. They're tracking you. You never been? Cole Beasley never had to put his phone down in 3 years. He's worried about him getting tracked in his arm. The dude is addicted.
Yeah.
Addicted.
Right. Like they can't find Cole Beasley.
Right,
He go off grid.
Devin, right now, do a favor. Just search Cole Beasley on TikTok right now, Dev. Oh, here he is. Right now, he's eating Buffalo Wild Wings in Buffalo. So on his phone, all pissed off. Little fucking dumb fuck. Anyways, now let's get to some. How about listen? You want to see how, like you said, Smitt, Canada listened to us. Somebody else listened to us. How about the wager makers? We're talking MLB trade deadline. We said Joey Gallo was going to the Yankees. Lo and behold, about an hour later, here we go.
Love it. You called that. So we're on a little group text. Some dudes are like, "Hey, man, what's the Yankees and Mets going to do?" Webb's like, "I think Yankees should go out and get Gallo." Boom, news flash. Gallo going from the Rangers to the Yankees.
I don't understand the Yankees. I know you're a Yankee fan.
They should be a seller because they suck, or get some pitching. How about that?
Why don't they go out? I mean, my thing is they should go out and get Anthony Rizzo, too, and let him play first. And they could probably take Zach Davies, too. The dude just eats innings. He's not the best pitcher in the world, but that's all you need is innings, especially when everybody's down. But how do you stack a team with the right field porch that's from here to there with all right-handed power hitters? You don't have anybody left-handed on the team. Brett Gardner. Oh, cool.
Right. Real power.
Yeah.
He's only a power because he's a left-hander that plays for the Yankees.
Right. Everybody. Stanton, to go out and get Stanton $200 million right-handed. Judge, I got he was homegrown right-handed. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It's ponderous, Smith. It's ponderous. But wager maker says 7. We do predict Chris Bryant's coming to the Mets, and they would be well served to take Zach Davies too.
There you go.
So,
all right, there's your MLB trade, Mets Yankees
yeah.
before the trade deadline comes up. All right, so Webb, there's a couple good quotes this week. Well, we talked first. Big news in the Southeast, SEC, Big 12. The Oklahoma states and those teams have to be wondering what the hell is about to happen to their conference. As Oklahoma and Texas basically a done deal to go.
Right, yeah, sure, yeah. We wouldn't have gotten to this point if that wasn't going to happen.
Right.
That's done. So yeah, I mean those teams, Oklahoma State, West Virginia. I mean those are the teams that are really getting hung out to dry there.
Right.
I mean West Virginia, I guess, could hop to the Big 12 fairly easily. But I don't know what you would do with. I mean, Oklahoma State. You can't really justify an ACC there or something like that. I don't know. And if I'm the Big 10, I just go write a check to Notre Dame right now. Whatever it is, you join, take that, and then I'd scoop up Clemson. I mean, you want to take Miami and Florida State too, fine, but and you're just going to be left with those middle of teams. But that's probably the two best teams would be West Virginia and Oklahoma State that are kind of just left floating.
Right. Well, I think it just eventually there's gonna like this SEC is just gonna consume the Notre Dames and the Clemsons and maybe the Florida, whatever Florida States or whatever.
They could absolutely take those two teams. Yeah, Notre Dame, I think maybe a little north, but I
don't think it matters anymore. It's all about money. You fucking hop on your private jet in 2 hours. You're in fucking Indiana.
Well, that doesn't matter. Yeah, you fly anywhere. I mean, Rutgers is in the Big East. I mean, the Big 12. Yeah, of course it doesn't matter. But I mean, they're still one of the teams, and it's funny too. I don't see, and it's, what Jimbo Fisher came out and said was right. He goes, Texas better watch out. First of all, Texas has, I don't know why, the Texas is probably, I would venture to say Texas might have the second most money to Notre Dame. They have their own network and everything. Although that's more and more commonplace now. But I think it's Longhorn Network. It's not like the SEC or the Big 12 channel. It's the Longhorn Network. So I don't know. They're going to be the fourth or fifth best team in the conference, or at best. At best.
I like Jimbo Fisher's take. I got the quote right here.
That's right.
He kind of calls out Texas, and so this is what I'm talking. Like, I got a good quote from our boy Dirk Diggler, Minshew.
He's the best.
So he says, you mean to tell me that Texas is somehow not happy with the situation they're in? That's weird, because usually they're such a calm, reasonable, and not overly sensitive fan base. I'm surprised they want to join, though. I mean, they're like the fourth best team in their own state, and they haven't won anything since the Bush administration. There ain't no Kansas in the SEC.
That's right.
And if you think horns down is offensive, buddy, just wait till you go to Death Valley.
Yeah. That's right.
That horns down thing, like they were all, I think they're like suing Oklahoma or some kind of stupid shit over if you do this, it's a fucking offensive.
Right, it's offensive. Right. Yeah, like he's right. It's right. They're not even the fourth team in it. Like, you got TCU, Baylor that are better. I mean, those teams actually they'll still be in the Big 12 at least. He's 100% correct. He's 100% correct. I do think they're going to be better. I think Sarkisian's a good coach as long as he stays out of trouble. So I do think they'll be better. But it's impossible to ask. Ask Georgia, ask A&M. How hard has it been for them? Ask Tennessee. I mean, the list goes on. Florida. The list goes on and on.
Yeah. So, it's all a money deal. Obviously, Texas and Oklahoma, two major programs moving over to SEC. It'll just add more to the excitement of SEC football. And I think this is going to grow into the point where there's one conference with 30 teams, and that'll be where we get our national championship from every year, which is basically how things happen now. It's probably even less than that, 20, fifth shit. And at this point, it's like 5 teams. Really?
I mean, there's only right. I mean, there's no reason to expand anything. The number's right. I mean, I don't know how they could even go. There's no regular season. What are we playing for? Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I mean, look, it's every year. It's maybe you get Ohio State in there, and there's 3 teams from the SEC.
Right. But that quote though, that's what I want. That's what I want out of my athletes. I want some fucking competition.
Absolutely.
Oh, not be nice all the fucking time and worry about your mental health. Yeah, hey, call them out. They're a bunch of pansy asses.
Right.
They can't deal. They're fourth best team in our state.
In the state. And now they want to come to the SEC. Right. Where there's going to be at least out of the top 5, there'll be 3 teams in the SEC.
That's how you talk shit. Just like our boy Gardner Minshew, Webb. He might not be the best quarterback in the world, but that dude's a baller. He's a gamer.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. He'd be kicked around a little bit.
So look, he knows he did a serviceable job for Jacksonville last 100%. Year. And obviously they went out and get the kid from Clemson.
Yeah.
So he knows the situation is in, but there's no give up in Gardner Minshew.
No way.
There's no, hey, I'll take a back seat to the pretty boy with the long blonde locks.
To Goldie.
Right.
Sunshine.
He's gonna fight. He's gonna fight for that number 1 spot. So he comes out this week. Webb says, I haven't taken a shit in 2 weeks. Or no, I haven't taken a shit in weeks, he says.
Right.
Number two is not an option.
That's
like,
right.
The number 2 quarterback is not an option.
That's right. Fuck Trevor Lawrence. What's he ever done in the NFL?
Boy, man.
How many NFL touchdowns? Dirk Diggler is a man, dude. There's no doubt.
He really is.
There's no doubt.
Every time he gets better. Even as a backup, he gets better.
Ride or die.
So, Webb, they got another big dust up there with the the Los Angeles Angels, minor league players. I remember we saw this story. Have a problem with their living arrangements and just overall living their work environment. Too many people living in an apartment at a time.
Oh, I did see this.
Things like this. They're going at the Angels, like maybe even like lawsuit and stuff that, they're not getting, the minor league players are not getting treated properly.
They're only getting paid. So that's what I said. I guess they've never pledged a fraternity or went to college or anything like that. We live in holes in the walls and call it character. How many people, are you kidding? You're upset you got to get somebody sleeping on a couch?
Are you going after the dream of your life?
Right.
That's my question to you.
Right.
Are you chasing your dream? Then shut the fuck up. Right. You know how you get out of that spot? You play better.
Right. Get some hits. Strike some people out.
The major leaguers aren't having a problem with it.
Nope.
Get better.
Right.
Or go sell insurance.
Right. How about you get a job? Right. How about that?
One of those two things. Get a job, bro. Nobody is making you stay at the minor league level.
That's the thing. DeAndre Hopkins, you don't have to play. You don't have to play, man.
There is some dude in the Dominican Republic that will gladly take your bunk in that apartment.
In a heartbeat. He's making a glove out of a milk carton right now. Or a fucking banana leaf. He just made a ball and a bat out of sand and some spit and a couple bananas and a fucking coconut. And this dude's complaining.
Right. That was like when the NBA players were in the bubble and they were bitching and moaning. They had that one European going, this is not so bad. I mean,
they were
literally Disney World. We're living in Disney World.
Literally. You can't make it up. What's going on in your neck of the woods, Smitt? A little turmoil in down in NOLA on the Saints, right?
Michael Thomas is hurt.
And now the coach came out. What happened with the Peyton came out today? Was it yesterday? Today? He's like, why did he get surgery? But didn't he have say in that?
Oh, I did not see that today. Yeah. They were surprised they got surgery. Well, they were trying to do it without surgery, from what I understand. But yeah, they get surgery, right? I mean, we're ready to go practice. This dude hasn't done anything but talk since he signed his $1 million dollar.
There you go.
Talk about Drew Brees. Talk about his rights. Talk about injustice. Talk about he makes $25 million a year.
That's right.
Never talks about that.
No, he ain't giving no money back when he was hurt. He ain't giving no money back. Yeah, the Saints Peyton vents that timing of Thomas surgery is the little boy.
Well, that's the first thing I thought when I saw it was, what the fuck is he getting surgery now? He's out for 4 months now? Right. He didn't play last year.
Right. He could have had it literally any time during the season. Right. Exactly right.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked at the timing also, but I figured Sean Payton was on board.
Exactly. Right.
I figured Sean Payton was on the in.
Right. I figured he'd do. Right.
Who the fuck am I? I thought Sean Payton would know.
Right. And then, if it wasn't for Sean Payton, Michael Thomas would be, he'd be living on one of those bunks.
All right. But one good news, Saint Sports, the Superdome, which was the Mercedes-Benz Superdome Web, is now the Caesars Superdome. It's in Caesars Palace. Hope they put a sports book up in there. That would be some shit.
That'd be great. It makes sense.
I'm still waiting to hear about they bumped my tickets, my season tickets, because they're renovating and putting suites in where my seats were at levels at row 6. So I'm still waiting. I'm kind of going back and forth with them about trying to figure out a good seat plan for me. I love my seats. I had them since Katrina. But,
they're gone now. Yeah.
On now. I got to try and figure out something, but I'm a fat guy. I'm trying to get at least on the end.
Aisle, absolutely. Oh yeah, aisles are premium.
I'm like, listen, I don't think it's gonna work, babe.
That's
right. See me, I'm a big fucking guy.
50-year-old guy, I got to get up and go to the bathroom.
When I stand, I like to be like half out in the aisle,
blocking nobody.
High five and fucking going off and shit.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, and then again, the Pels get a coach, Willie Green, by all assessments of him by pros. He's a really good players coach. Well,
of course he is.
He likes to talk to the players. He likes to get to know them.
Yes, he does.
This is a very important part of his job.
Right, roll the balls out. And then they said the most important part of the job was his relationship with Zion. How about maybe it's like drawing up some plays, playing some defense, coaching these guys, coaching them up. No, it doesn't need to be his fucking friend.
They really think that they'll have a great relationship together, but they don't know each other. So in other words, this dude's just kiss ass guy. Like this,
Right, that's right.
Look, I like the hire. He's young. He coached under Monty Williams. He played in New Orleans for a year or two when they were the Hornets. He's a young up and comer. That's kind of what Pelicans need. You know, obviously the Van Gundy thing didn't work, but it didn't work because the players are pussies. That's why it doesn't
they
work.
don't want to be coached. Yeah, and one of your guys just got arrested at the airport.
Yeah, my boy, Jackson Hayes. I love that guy, man. He's an athletic fucking dude.
Yeah,
out of
he
Texas.
jump out the gym. Yeah, absolutely.
I like that guy too. He just got arrested. I think and the
Beat
cop
up at the airport.
Right. So
Smart.
we'll see what happened there.
It's always smart to do stuff at the airport.
Why are you in Los Angeles anyway? You're playing a little mediocre market. You went to Texas. Stay the fuck. Work out.
Right.
Barely get on the court. You barely get on the court. Coach. Work out. Get better. Get better.
Got a new coach. Right. Form your relationship with your coach. He needs a friend.
Now your first call. Hey, but now at least we have an understanding coach that you can call him from jail and maybe he'll bail you out.
Wasn't his fault. Wasn't his fault.
Oh boy. I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer all the time. Webb, football season
coming, and
right around.
We had a good
Hall
day.
of Fame game is the Hall of Fame game is August 8th.
When it's a week from Sunday, right?
It's a week from Sunday.
Yeah.
And then September 9th, 1 month after that, is the opening kickoff. Dallas Cowboys and I think Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah,
is that the
Thursday.
opening?
Absolutely. I think what's the first football game? There's a college game. I can pull it up real quick.
Yeah, that's usually like the end of August.
And I think we went yesterday. We might have been 7 or 8 and 9 and 1 yesterday. The only team we lost was Tampa Bay yesterday. I did come back with them today. I think the score was 1-1. We got to get back to posting everything.
And I got to get back on the Sports Watch Monitor and all that shit. We're back. Listen, we're back. We took a
August
little
28th.
time hiatus.
August 28th is the first official. Nebraska, Illinois, Hawaii, UCLA, UTEP, New Mexico State, Connecticut, Fresno State. Right, and then we're good to the second. Temple and Rutgers, baby. Are you at home?
That's a full slate. College is like right into the full slate. And I'm saying now, I'm winning the Wager Makers Fantasy League. I'm winning the Wager Makers Survivor Pool. And I'm winning the Wager Makers fucking college pick'em. I'm saying it right now.
Yeah, I don't know nothing. Maybe you win one of them. You can win. You can have that fantasy nonsense. You and your
Looking forward to see how the Packers plays out. They're kissing Aaron Rodgers' ass.
Oh, they said he was so
Randall
good
Cobb today. Does Aaron Rodgers know Randall Cobb was good 8 years ago?
Right.
Wide receivers are a little better when they're young.
Right. Especially after being hurt. He's been hurt for 2 years. On the Cowboys, he was hurt. He was hurt the next year. He's been hurt 3 years in a row. Right. Exactly. You
got to get Randall Cobb back here. He's going to be like huffing and puffing.
Right.
Like, damn, you used to catch up to that one.
Yeah, he's the Legion, man. What happened?
So now he's saying he wants $90 million over the next 2. He's got the Packers over a barrel,
God, yeah.
and he's just fucking with it. Him and Adams, his wide receiver.
Adams, yeah.
They both tweeted the other day, like talking about The Last Dance, that Michael Jordan documentary about the last season for the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, they showed Scotty and Michael sitting next to or walking off the court together, like hugging or something like that.
And that asshole GM of the Bulls at the time. He was talking about Krause being the same as the two.
Yeah.
So that's pretty. It's pretty fun, and it's fun stuff.
Oh yeah, that press conference with Aaron Rodgers, he came out and just made them look ridiculous. Made the Packers look. Every Green Bay Packers fan that was kind of with the franchises now completely hates them. All 100% behind Aaron Rodgers now.
Yep.
He wanted to be a mentor, the whole thing. He wanted to help out. He wanted to help. You see the press conference.
The news headline said, like, Packers agreed to many concessions to make Rodgers happy.
Right.
He's just fucking with them at this point.
Absolutely is. He's just laughing. Like, let's see what I get him agree to next.
All right. So everybody, you got anything else you want to touch on? Just make sure. Listen, if you want to play in a fantasy league, get on me. I think the draft is going to be August 30th, and then I'll get the links up this week for the Survivor and the college pick'em.
I mean, that's the most important thing is we got to make sure that everyone gets their likes going and everyone gets back to subscribing, listening, sharing, all that stuff. Share it on all whatever socials or whatever the shit is, and just send it out to a bunch of dudes, a bunch of people, whoever, a bunch of everyone in your contact list. Just blast it.
Yeah, man, get on this shit. And hey, thanks for just like my man George Burge. He tells people, hey, he's like tells Lou Lancelot, hey, you got to check these out.
Check it out. There you go.
Now Lou Lancelot reached out. Yeah, that was cool.
It was cool.
All right, that's it. Devin's gonna tell you what to do if you're on YouTube.
Hey guys, it's Devin. Make sure you subscribe to the Wager Makers podcast on YouTube, like all their videos, and click that bell so that you turn on your post notifications and you never miss another video.
All right, and thank you, Devin, and thank you, C. Really, and Little Saint the Goat, John Grove for the bumper music. Thank you, Wilbur Investigations, Nick Perone and MN3 Technologies, Scott Wheatley. You guys are the fucking man. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Webb, take us out.
Brick by brick, baby. We're getting there. Our season's back. Our sweet spot's coming up. The shows are going to get much better here. Going these next couple of days, we'll have everything up on Sports Watch. If you were looking, you need some insight on the MLB trade deadline, let us know. College is right around the corner. And tell a friend. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Thanks, George, Nick, Scott, and everybody else.
I still love you, America. It's just because I love you so much that makes me do this. That's all.
It's tough love. Tough love. Smitt. Tell them like it is. Tell them like it is.
Welcome to the Wager Makers podcast with Webb and Smitt.
Yeah. Hey, shout out Wager Maker Podcast.
Brick by brick, baby.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Here comes the Wager Maker
Here I go.
Express.
I hear y'all sick of losing money cause y'all don't know how to bet. Better hit that Wager Maker Podcast with Smitt and Webb. They gon' show y'all how to do this. Take these notes like y'all some students. Y'all can't seem to pick them right? Well, tonight y'all lucky night. It's that Wager Maker Podcast. Wager Maker Podcast. Wager Maker Podcast. Your bookie getting sick cause we built this brick by brick. It's that Wager Maker Podcast. It's that Wager Maker Podcast. It's that Wager Maker Podcast. Come and place your bets with that WM Express. Let's go.